All right, man. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I'm just going to jump on it. I'm going to take my time with it. I got layers, and I'm just going to kind of go there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my Kevin Samuels video. Yeah. So I want to say, hey, my life coach, while I'm loud, Kevin Samuels. Because he just, you may not like what he says or how he says it. And some of you may not like what he says. But I don't think that just as a cerebral person, that anybody, if you just sit down and listen to him, that you can really knock the facts of what he's saying. Now, whether it's truth or not, I think truth is relative, facts are not. That's a whole nother video. But anyway, I reached out to Kevin Samuels via email, and I was in a dark place, man. Me and my wife was beefing. It was just bad. And it seemed like everything he was saying on his videos was speaking directly to a brother. I'm saying, with that last argument we had, I wish I would have thought about what you said right then. So I reached out to him and said, hey, man, I want you on the show. Really, man, I would love, bro, just to basically be like a disciple of yours. Now, granted, I ain't really on that place where I don't see myself being like Kevin and being that blunt or that direct. I think I'm a pretty direct person, but I'm a person that's kind of bathed in diplomacy and tact. That's just me as a Libra. But, I wanted to learn from him. Like my mom said, hey, eat the meat, throw the bones away. And just watching him, understanding his discipline, his grind, brother knows how to work. He gets stuff done. And so I value him. And that's the reason why he's one of, if not the fastest growing podcasters or vodcasters, people on YouTube this whole year, maybe even some last year as well. He's that guy. But why is he so polarizing? If what he says is facts, what's the problem? Because, Kevin he says it like you probably could say it a different way, but it's his platform and he can say it like he want to say. He says it like he wants to say it. And to his defense, and I'm not here to be a Kevin Samuels apologist, nor am I here to defend him. I'm just giving my perspective. I've seen him be very kind to people that he really probably could have went all the way there with. And then there were some people who when they clapped at him, he clapped back ferociously. And, you can have a conversation at a party or whatever, and you can talk about Kevin. And do you like him? A lot of women don't. A lot of women do. A lot of guys, which is interesting to me, don't like him. And you hear the thing, well, he's the same gender-loving guy. I don't get that. I'm an energy kind of guy. I don't get that feeling that that's the case. If it was or if it wasn't, to me personally, I'm not over there, and I don't really care about that. I don't. All I want to do is just be the best version of myself, and I want to be able to get along with my wife, and I want to be able to get along with the women that are in my life. But honestly, we have had some challenges as black men. Y'all ready to? We're gonna turn the curve, because we're about to turn the curve with y'all black women. Okay? But again, I'm not here to bash you. I am here to talk about my perspective of Kevin. And really, I wanted him on the show. He didn't reach out, he didn't reach back, because probably my page ain't really where he's gonna reach back out to like that. I ain't been as consistent as I should have been. But this is directly to Kevin. And so if you see it, reach out, cool. If not, then we going to do a whole bunch of talking about this. All right, here we go. My challenge with the whole high value man thing is I don't know where it begins and I don't know where it ends. When you talk about relationships, okay, is the high value part of it, is that to get a significant other, or is that to keep a significant other? And some would say maybe it's the same thing, and I don't think so. And I just think that it goes pretty much beyond money, in which, to your point, when you're talking about a high value man, your definition is that, he has definitely the means and the wealth and, of course, the numbers and what have you. And he's done that over a considerable amount of time. And he has a network of high-value guys as well in his life. But when you talk about relationships, and all these women want a high-value man, my question is, all right, so you use your value to get a woman. At what point do you say, well, now it's not just about the high value? Is it ever about something else? I mean, like, do you always have to qualify, though? Like, or put it like this. Do they have to qualify for us? Or do we have to qualify for them? Or is there a joint collaborative qualification situation going on? Okay? And as long as we're qualifying, is there a point where you no longer have to keep qualifying? Is there a point in which you can say, hey, the love, the commitment, the trust, the intrinsic value that we have for each other, now we ain't got to keep putting each other on a scale to qualify? Because I'm be honest, man. I'm be honest. Here we go. When I look at your page and look at your content, it really is about a lot of women calling in to find out how they can qualify for a high value man. And it's kind of tough to want something, but you don't know what the something that you want wants. Okay. You want them, but you have to ask them, what do they want? And so you give the things that, you know, high value men want, which, by the way, just FYI, I'm not even hating here, sir, but I prefer something a little closer to a BBW. That's me. And maybe my value ain't high enough, you know. I'm six figure, you know, but maybe it need to be way higher. But I like a little, hey, what's up? Hey, KD, from one woman, though. That's okay. I digress. The woman needs to qualify for the man. Got you. Does the man just intrinsically qualify for her? You've had a lot of content out there, man. I've seen a lot of it. So I know the answer is yes. He also has to qualify. He has to, you know, really show up in a different kind of way, in a deliberate kind of way. And we want respect to be on both sides of the table. I just wonder, though, at what point do we take ourselves off of the scale and say, well, you don't qualify. You qualified last month, but you don't qualify. At what point do we stop having to try to qualify for each other on that level? Maybe the qualifications still continue, but the qualifications are now different. Maybe? I don't know. Because we know, hey, man, we get heavier. You know, we lose our hair. You know, some people, they lose, you know, that. My other question for you would be this, that black women, they're a whole mixed bag of nuts. They are. Truth is, we are too. We're kind of all mixed up here. And I'm not here to crush black men. Matter of fact, my whole thing is to empower us, period. At the end of the day, that's all I'm about. But I have my challenges with black women, including the one I'm married to. I just wonder, do we find a way, instead of just talking about who we are, what we bring to the table, and what we can get, and them talking about who they are, what they bring to the table, and what they can get, do we find a way to heal each other? Because our history, we're really not that far removed from Jim Crow and slavery. We're really not. And I think that instead of us, and I believe that's what you're trying to do. I do. I believe that's what you're trying to do. I think that we should find healing in each other. Yes, some of our women are awful. Some of them are amazing. Some of our guys are awful. Some of them are amazing. And I just think, and I'm not saying you do this. I'm gonna stop apologizing too, because I hope you hear my heart. What I'm saying is, On your platform, you can say it like you say it, how you want to say it. And I think it is incumbent upon us to reach around and try to, to understand it. And if we have some questions, then we should just ask. But there's another part of me that says, for guys who say, I want to do it like Kevin Samuels does it, you don't have to be the nice guy, but you also don't have to be the asshole. Not you specifically, because I'm not going to tell you what to do or what not to do. That's your business. But I'm talking about for guys in general. I don't think that we have to be a jerk to get our point across. There's so many ways that you can say things, so many ways you can show up. You show up the way you show up, man, I ain't even telling you that you're wrong. What I am saying is there's got to be a way for the general public. There's got to be a way for us to be able to express ourselves. And I think you can say yes in love and you can say no in love too. You can say, I want that in love. And you can also say, I don't want that in love. And just because I'm not giving you what you want, it does not mean that we have to fall out as long as I stay in love and I stay in kindness. I'm not talking about being nice because I'm not a nice guy. I don't think I'm a nice guy. I am a kind guy. I hear all these things, man. Some people say simp, and in the comment section, I can hear them now, simp. Well, as long as you leave it in the comment section, because I'm not a tough guy. Just don't. How about this? Say it to my face and let's just see how it plays out. That's all that is to that. That was not a threat. That was just, I know me. I'm holy and I'm a lot of other things too. And I don't even want to go down there. I don't want to take that trip because, whatever. Getting back on track, I think that we're better together. And I think you know that we are better together. Women make us better. They just do. So why would we not have some obligation to qualify for them based on where they are? If we are asking them to accept and love us based on where we are, I could care less how many comments or likes I get from women on this. I'm not here to try to make anybody happy, women or men for that matter. I just want to get some answers because I think that we are better together. And I do know this, I'm better with Ivy in my life than without her in my life. With all of her stuff, with all of her stuff, I'm better with her. There's 20, 25, 30% of her that gets on my last reserve nerve. And I, quite frankly, would love very much to put her in a trunk and drive down a bumpy road real slow or fast. That's nice compared to what she said she wanted to do to me. I just got the mic and the camera. Okay. Okay. But it's the truth. It's the truth. But I just, even on her worst day, I'm better with her. And I do know also that when I show up a certain way, because she is a responder. Guys, we are initiators. Women are responders. Okay? You initiate by giving her a house. The right kind of woman is going to give you back a home. Okay? You give her seed. Come on, Bo. She going to give you a child. She makes things better. And vice versa, we make things better for them. And I think as long as we start only talking about what we bring to the table and what we have, and even if we qualify all that, and we never talk about the value that we have with them, not saying that you don't, I feel like there's always going to be this polarizing thing. I'm embarrassed about how a lot of our sisters have shown up. But consequently, I'm embarrassed a lot about how a lot of us brothers have shown up too. So I don't think that we should be here trying to fix anybody. Personally, I'm not here to fix anybody, women or men alike. What I do want to say is that I've got some things that I've gone through, some suggestions, and I've got a network of people that can kind of help you get to that next level if that's what you want. Now, let me say this in closing. I'll give you this final one. One of the greatest things, no, this ain't my final one. Before I go there, here's another thing that came across my mind. So what happens if you are the high value man and you finally get this high value woman or this woman who is rocking with you based on your high value. These are real questions that I have. What happens when you no longer have a situation that money can fix? You become incapacitated in some kind of way. And this woman who got you as a high value man, well, she got to wipe your behind every day. She got to roll you to the shower. All right? That ain't working anymore. So she ain't getting that, and she got to wipe your behind? I wonder how much is the high value helping you now? Oh, man, I can get nurses. And I'm not talking about you, Kevin. I'm just saying in general. So I got nurses. I can get people help. I got staff. Okay. Well, that what we want? Is that what we want? We want somebody that we can buy? Is that where we are with it? Or do we want someone that we have shown our authentic selves to, and they say, you know what? I'm going to love you truly in sickness and in health, rich or for poor, to death do we part. If that ain't working, you ain't got to worry about her going to find one that does. And I don't know if you lead with your wallet, if that's going to get that. A little bit overweight. Yeah, we don't pick them because they're a little bit overweight. Well, I told you my testimony, first of all. But I don't know if we have the, and I know that the facts and the stats say that's what is, but I don't know if that serves our community, maybe like it serves other communities. I don't know. The majority of black women overweight. Yep. That's facts. That's facts. Can they do something about it? Probably, most likely. But I wonder what happens when we show up just a little bit differently. I wonder what happens. And let me say this. This is what I'm going to say in closing. One of the greatest things that a man can give anybody, particularly a woman, but anybody, is not his value, high value. No, really not. The greatest thing that he, as a gift of himself, can give to the culture, to anybody, is his vulnerability. Not his value, his vulnerability. Because you may appreciate the value, but if he gives you his vulnerability, tied to his vulnerability is his heart. If a man gives you his vulnerability, he has given you his heart. One of the greatest things that you can do is come home at the end of the night, take off your armor, and take your vulnerability tied to your heart and give it to your wife and let her hold on to that and let her love on it, let her heal it, and then give it back to you the next day, and you go out and win some more battles. And you come back and you start the process all over again. I'm going to tell you something. Only a few of us have somebody's vulnerability. Only a few, because it's a precious gift. If a man gives you his vulnerability, he has given you his life. So I can give you my money. I can give you I can give you all of my stuff 2 times over. But if I have not given you my vulnerability, quite frankly, I'm wondering, what do you have? And we're walking around here not trusting each other. We're walking around here trying to qualify for each other. We're walking around here acting like, hey, what we deserve. I deserve this. I deserve that. Well, then what happens if you don't qualify for it no more? What happens when you don't qualify for it anymore? You gain weight because of some kind of medication that you've taken. And you can't bring it like you used to bring it. I think ultimately what we all want is connection. We need connection. And that is one of the prime desires and needs from a baby on up, is connection. And honestly, we want somebody that will be able to see us, that will know us, that will understand us, far beyond all of the stuff that you can do for them. So are some women materialistic? Yeah, not all of them though. Are some men pure jerks? Yeah, but not all of them. And I think that if you can find somebody that is willing to work with you based on where you are, because what we're asking everybody to do. If you can find somebody that will work with you based on where you are and who you are, that can believe in you, watch this, that can nurture you, that can see the rust on you, but in love, wipe it away, care for you. Because a lot of us are just simply wounded, man. We're wounded. We come from father wounds and mother wounds and relationship wounds, and we bring all of that stuff to our culture and to the men and the women that we interact with, and we it's at the point where we're saying, what can you do for me? We ain't gonna make it like that. So yeah, men need to be able to have someone that they can be vulnerable with other than men. Women need someone they can be vulnerable with other than women. But I tell you this, it takes men to check men. It takes women to check women. I think that if we're going to have any relationship within each other, it's not my job to check a woman. I can't. What for what? You ain't going to listen to me anyway, and vice versa. I think that if we can find a way to, in love, reach out across the aisle, and when they get a little, tough, turbulent, go back on your side. But don't stay there. Come back, because it's necessary. I need the black woman to make it. Sorry, I do. And or Puerto Rican too, maybe. Dominican. I ain't got none of that. I got one that's black. And they need us. And I just think that we need to act like that. That's all I got. So hope you respond, man. But if you don't, hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. I'm still checking your content out. Holla.